performer who's coming on stage is an expert at reading minds. Because his real job is being a psychiatrist in Jacksonville, Illinois. But he is the winner of our contest. And so he wants to show you how he helps his patients reading their minds. Everybody, please put your hands together for the man who is our contest winner, David Goldman.
Thank you very, very much. It's a pleasure to be here tonight with you all. As a psychiatrist, my role is to help my patients deal with the intricacies of their own minds and solve the mysteries that are there. Tonight, with the help of 7 members of the audience, we are going to demonstrate the power of the mind. And I'm going to ask in a moment for 7 individuals, and I had asked individuals to come up without any preparation on their part, and I'm going to bring them up. I'm going to recommend you come up with the handrails to my right and your left, and then I'm going to ask for 3 of the volunteers to stand here to my left and 4 to my right. May I ask for the 7 volunteers to come forward now that I had spoken with earlier. Please, a round of applause for our volunteers. And they are not in cahoots. They are in St. Louis. And we have now, please, I'll bring you all to the left, and we'll bring thank you coming up. And I appreciate Jeremy, thank you. So we have 3 to our left, 2 to our right, and if I can ask for 2 more adults who are comfortable with their vision and stability in coming up the stairs. I promise no volunteers will be injured in the making of this mystery adventure. Thank you very, very much. Round of applause, please. Thank you. Bring you both here. Thank you. And thank you. Tonight, we are going to utilize words and numbers to help us understand the power of the mind. As a psychiatrist, I'm actually a detective. I view the clues and the cues that my patients present to come up with the best journey into solving their intrapsychic conflicts. And one of the greatest detectives that we know is Sherlock Holmes, a fictional character created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And I have read his entire casebook of works to help me, as a physician, understand the workings of the human mind. In a moment, I am going to hand this book to several members of our audience. I have our volunteers who are here with me tonight creating my stage audience. And when I do, I'm going to ask you, please, to leaf through the book to a page, any page that they would like. And I'm going to ask them, please, to look for a word, not from the top line, not from the bottom line, and certainly not a name, because we know in this book it will either be Sherlock Holmes or Dear Watson. So I'm going to ask you, please, to look through the book, not the top line, not the bottom line. And I'm going to ask you to find the biggest word, the longest word, because that will make this the most impressive and the most memorable. May I please, Jeremy, may I hand you the book? And may I ask you, please, to open the book to any page and to look through finding a long word. And once you've found your word, I'm going to ask you, please, to remember that word. And then I'm going to have you close the book, and I'll take it back. Thank you. And now, Dustin, may I ask you to do the same? I'm going to ask you, please, to look through the book and to find a word. Not on the top line, not on the bottom line, and definitely not a name. And I'm going to ask you, please, to find that long word, to remember it, and then to close the book and hand it back to me. Thank you. And now, Jim, may I hand you the book and ask you to do the same. I'm going to ask you, please, to look through the book, to find a word, the longest word. And once you've found that, I want you to commit it to memory. And then I'm going to ask you to hand the book back to me. And please take your time. Very good. Thank you. Words. Words have meaning. Words are very, very powerful. Fingerprints are part of what detectives do. I, as a psychiatrist, look at numbers. What fingerprints are available as numbers for us? U.S. currency, created by the United States government, has its own unique fingerprint. Because on U.S. dollar bills, there is a serial number. No two serial numbers are the same, just as no two fingerprints are the same between individuals. And I'm now going to hand this stack of $31 bills to individuals here on the stage. And I'm going to ask, please, Daryl, I'm going to ask you to take those dollar bills, to shuffle them up, please. Just mix them, because I'm going to ask you to remove a dollar bill and hold on to it. And I'll have you hand me back the rest of those dollar bills. So you've randomly selected a dollar bill. Please take one. You'll want to see what it is. Hold it against your chest so I cannot see the serial number. I will take that from you. And then I am going to hand the dollars. If I may, you have not selected a word, or have you already?
He did.
Yes, and you didn't. So I'm going to ask you to select a dollar bill. Mix them up, because I'm going to ask you to select a single dollar bill at random and hold it against your chest. And then I'll take the dollars back. Thank you. Jim, you selected a word. Suresh, you haven't selected anything yet. Please, if you will, shuffle the bills, select a bill. Take the bills back. Those of you that selected a word from Sherlock Holmes' book, would you please raise your hands? Very good. I'm going to ask you all now to turn your backs away from the audience. I'm going to ask you, please, to concentrate on your words. And I'm going to ask you to spell them over and over in your mind. Because the power of the mind allows me to receive signals from the individuals. In a moment, I'm going to give my impressions. Please do not do anything yet. I'm getting the impression of the word presence. I'm getting the impression of the word morning. And I'm getting the impression of the word throne. Please, if I spoke your word, would you please turn around and return to your seat to a resounding round of applause. Serial numbers on a dollar bill. No two serial numbers are the same. A letter, 8 numbers in a letter. Randomly selected from $31 bills. I'm going to ask you all now, please, if you selected a dollar bill, I'm going to ask you to hold on to that dollar bill and look at it and turn away from the audience. Please concentrate on your dollar bill. I'm seeing a C and a 0, 5, 181922A. I am seeing a D, 08311951G. I am seeing a G, 10301922E. If I called out your serial number, would you please turn back around to the audience? Hand me your dollar as you return to your seats for a resounding round of applause. Thank you. very much. Thank you. Russell, you're thinking of a word, yes?
Yeah.
You're just thinking of a word. I didn't ask you to think of a word. You haven't shared it with anyone. You came up here on this stage and are just thinking of a word. I want you please to concentrate on that word. Spell it over and over in your mind. Because that word, the unconscious mind goes to a word that has meaning. And tonight we are talking about delving into the mysteries and the power of the mind and being a detective. And what does a detective need to have to solve the issue that's vexing the individual? I am picking up the word E-V-I-D-E-N-C-E. Russell, is that correct? Thank you very much. Please, applause for Russell. Thank you. Russ, thank you very much. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here tonight and to share with you the mystery and powers of the mind. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you.